Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Beyond Your Skin. We're going to forget the facelift, we're going to uncover the skin secrets, and we're going to reveal the radiance within. So I am completely honored and so excited to introduce to you today Lorraine Pursell. Let me give you a little background, okay? Then we're just going to dive right in. So Lorraine is a woman's empowerment expert, setting ladies free around the world to live the great big life they came to this planet to live. So no hiding, no shrinking, fiercely believing in who you are and your gifts that the world desperately needs right now. So International Bestselling Author, TV and radio personality that just finished 2.5 years of weekly segments on NBC, showing moms how to live their inner wisdom to raise their children. Her master's is in marriage, family, and child counseling. Lorraine, thank you for coming on and sharing what you're going to share to our audience today.
Thank you, Chandra. It's such an honor to be here with you. I just love that you're doing this summit. It's so important.
Thank you.
Important.
It is.
Important. It is the cream. It's something else altogether. Beauty is something else altogether.
It is, and that's why we get to delve into it, and we're not going to be scared of anything that we get to talk about today. So.
Yeah, bring it. Let's bring it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I really want to dive in, and I want to get real. So this is us talking about how we need to evolve, to be the example for our friends, for our families, for our children, for our partners. So can you tell me what inspired you to do this work?
Well, it goes way back. I'll make a long story short. When I was growing up, I had zero self-esteem. That went on for longer than I wish to admit. And I just had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So I just started loving myself. And if there's just one quick cue I can give people, it's just to put your hands over your heart like this. Can you see your heart? And just say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you to your heart over and over again 100 times a day. Your heart will start to heal, because if there's anybody who just feels that their self-esteem is just completely ravaged, it's time to say no to that and turn around, do a 180 to something else, which is how magnificent you are, how beautiful you are, how worthy you are, how deserving you are. And this is the way to do it. Right hand over your left hand, over your heart, and just say, I love you to your heart 100 times a day. And once we get funded and fueled, then we get to share that with the others in the world who have no idea what we're talking about and think it's conceited and wrong to love yourself. That we're supposed to be humble. And it's like, humility is okay, but not to the point of self-deprecation and going, oh, that old thing, and deflecting compliments, but say, yes, thank you. And just really letting them come in and receiving them.
Well, we're really self-sabotaging ourselves if we think we can take care of everybody and everything and not even take care of ourselves. How are we honoring ourselves, truly?
No, we're not. In fact, we're enabling our families if we do that.
Yeah.
We're handicapping our children. We're getting our husbands to take us for granted. And we turn out to be the person that they did not marry. They did not marry this person. They married someone who was bold and vivacious and exciting. And then you turn into this like house marm, and then like, forget it. It's over. Everything is over then. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk more about life beyond kids. Okay? Because I have I have a 15-year-old. And I know he's going to be out of the house soon because years are already flying by. But my life, I woke up one day and I'm like, I have more purpose to do than just momhood, and we get to fix, our children when we try to fix our children, right? But really, like, I needed the fixing. I needed.
That's the only thing that needs fixing. Your kids don't need fixing.
Yeah.
It's you. It's you. I'm speaking to your listeners. It's you.
Yeah.
Your kids need no fixing. When you start loving yourself and caring for yourself, everything will fall into place. I have clients who come to me completely flatlined. They can't even get out of bed because they're so exhausted. They're in adrenal exhaustion. They can't even move. So I order them to stay in bed and only watch certain movies and text me when they've watched those movies so I know that they're getting funded. All of a sudden, because they can't enable their kids anymore, their kids are getting ready, they're getting out the door on time, the husband's helping out. It's like everything centers around you. And I'm just going to say something else. Women are the spiritual leader of the family. I'm going to say it again. Women are the spiritual leader of the family. You've got your finger on the pulse beat of your family. And so you know about the comings and goings and what your family needs. It's you. It's you, ladies. It's you.
Yep. So we get to stop whining and being like, oh, everything's on our shoulders. Because I was that person too for years. And, you know, it's a real reality when, you know what, I get to just be. And everything else will move when I'm moving along with me in paradise with my instinct, when I'm in sync with what I need. And it's not selfish.
No. It's the most selfless thing you can actually do because you're going to be funding your children and funding your partner.
Yep.
It is the most selfless thing you can do. It's the most beautiful thing you can do. And that's what starts to radiate the beauty from within.
Yep. Yep. It's so true. So how did you happen upon self-love?
Well, I just knew that this was ridiculous, because I had lots of glimmers, like even after I was discovered by a modeling agency and I won all these awards and I was in New York modeling, I still felt like this much self-esteem. I'm like, so wait, something's so wrong with this picture. I just had to start somewhere. And so it was just, okay, I'm taking care of this because there's a big disconnect here. Yes, I had things happen to me that made this happen. I'm not going to do those stories anymore. I'm going to go forward and I'm going to just live my great big life. Like I say to my women, it's time for you to live your great big life. And so that means we have to believe in ourselves to win, not to place and not to show, but to win. And until we do, nobody else will. And so I just started doing that contrast. Like here I was with no self-esteem and here I was where I wanted to be. And I just started bridging that gap. Let's see, I guess it goes this way. The camera's backwards. Just started bridging that gap. Just start, fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Until
I caught up with myself. And then I got on TV, I got on radio and International Bestselling Author. It's like, what?
Because it can happen. Because we have the power to and give our knowledge. We know exactly what we're doing. We just have to have that confidence. Like we are our worst enemy because we beat ourselves up. Maybe I'm speaking more, I guess, more on my own.
We all do, especially women. Tony Robbins says, men do one upsmanship, but women do one downsmanship.
Yeah. True. It's very true. And, you were speaking on it already, I suppose, but why is self-love important?
Because without it, Chandra, everything, and I mean everything, falls apart. I'm going to repeat that again. Without self-love, ladies, everything falls apart.
It's so true. Yeah. I mean, it's very true. So even, when that comes to self-care, we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, what's happening? My skin is creping. I'm getting dry. Guess I don't drink enough water. It's little simple baby steps that we can do. And as women, we've always kind of pushed other women away or thought of things as competition. And it doesn't need to be like that. We have such a power together. We say, right, it takes a community to raise our kids. Well, it takes a community for us to grow that community. And the women, we get to be the forefront. This is the turning point right now. The time is now for us to really speak up, speak our truth. And we are kind beings. we're not emotionally unstable. We get to be emotional, mental, physically aligned with our own sensuality. And that is a power that we get, and it's nothing to be afraid of. There's no reason for us to tuck that away until a better time. And it's time to move forward with what we have to offer, regardless of what that means in a relationship or work or home life, or if you want to elaborate, please do.
Yeah, the power of our sensuality and owning that and not being afraid of it is huge, because only from that pleasure point do we have our power. We think we have power when we're in our masculine, and we don't. We have power when we are in our pleasure, when we're in our sensuality. We are fully expressing that. And it's massive.
Yeah,
it's massive.
It's not objective to bring in that masculine, but also bring in that feminine. That's the yin and the yang that we get to, right, put together and mesh together. And we can really, find this confidence. I'm 37, going to be 38, and the confidence in me in this last year has really embedded because I was able to finally be kind to myself. So yeah, it is beautiful, and it's rewarding, and it's pleasing, and I feel all of that embodiment in me and that empowerment. So you've set a lot of ladies free in this world from all that stuff. So yeah, that's
what I do. There was something that came to my mind when I was thinking about this today, Chandra, our interview today, and that is one of the biggest keys to beauty beyond the skin is releasing all bitterness and resentments.
Yeah,
that's the biggest key, because when you've got bitterness and resentment, that's when the lines start showing up, and it burdens you, and it ages you, and it actually brings on disease and illness. And so my big work with women around the world is to heal their bodies by first helping them release all bitterness and resentment. I have special processes that I take them through to just really let that go. And because without that, we're just putting stuff on our skin and trying to look, but it's like, like what it says, like being a whitewashed sepulcher. It's like, so we're putting all stuff all over, but inside we're rotten.
Yeah.
If we're carrying bitterness and resentment, we need to really let that go and release that. Trust God with that. Trust that we don't have to do anything about it. We can just go, hey, this happened. I'm going to release it now.
Yeah. No, I love that. It's so true. How does self-love impact a woman's family when she lets go of all those things?
Yeah, well, the whole family snaps too. If you're holding on to bitterness and resentment, your family is feeling that also. And it starts rippling. Seriously, the women I'm working with now that I'm calming them down, I'm bringing them into their center and into their peace. Everything is calming down in their house. Their children are calming down. Their husbands are starting to come back to them. Their love and excitement for their partner is starting to come back, where it was dead. And usually the resentment and bitterness is for those people who are closest to us, like our husband and children.
It's true. Yeah. So, what would you tell someone if they came to you and said, I don't feel free? I don't know what that feels like. It sounds like a lot of work. What would you say to them?
Well, first thing I would say is we need a consultation, a free consultation, which is part of the free gift that I have for you. Because I want to find out why exactly you're not feeling free, why exactly you're hiding yourself, why you don't feel worthy, why you don't feel why you feel undeserving. And let's start to peel back those layers to where the person you were when you first emerged on the planet starts to just go, yes, I'm finally getting light and sunshine and oxygen, and you start to breathe again.
Yeah.
You start to breathe again, and your beauty can really start to come out then, because you're here for a real reason. And I'm after you finding your great big life, which is your purpose on the earth, and you just being full of yourself. You just being full of yourself and not being afraid of that, and being so proud of that.
Yeah.
That's when things really get wonderful.
You have the power to set yourself free from all these burdens that we have from social media, from the magazines that we grew up with. You know, the true beauty is really what comes from the inside out, and how we treat other people is how we really treat ourselves. So it's a reflection.
On another interview I just did 2 days ago, and I think it's important to mention this here, I have not watched television for 30 years, maybe 32 years. I don't listen to the radio because I don't want the commercials. I do not want to be swayed by mass consciousness. I'm completely pure. I'm like a media virgin. I only use social media for my business to reach ladies that are on Facebook. I've never gone there and just hung out and looked at people. No, it's only so that I can reach my women. I am completely unplugged from all that. You know, I use plenty of technology, believe me, in my business, but
but we get choice. We get choice, right, Lorraine? We get choice of who we listen to, and we can put blinders on. We don't have to, well, my sister said this, and my mom said this, and my girlfriend said this. It's not even.
So-and-so's doing this. Gee, I'm not as good as she is. It's like, no, let's just back up from that. Let's just back up. I unsubscribe from everything that does not make me feel good when I see it in my inbox. Gone. I'm always weeding. I'm always clearing. It's a hobby of mine. How do I keep my energy free and clear, high and clear? That's my platform on social media, is how to keep your energy high and clear, how to be free from depression, how to be free from self-doubt, how to be free from bitterness, resentment, sadness, grief, fear. And yes, you get my gifts. You'll get on my stuff, you'll hear all about it, and we'll get connected, and you'll just start getting bathed in the healing energy that I'm fortunate to have just flow through me.
I think that's very powerful. And the strength that you give to these women is actually the strength that they have within themselves.
Absolutely. All I'm doing is showing you a mirror of you, of who you are. That's all. If you see anything in me that is like, wow, it's only a mirror of you. It's only a mirror of you. And my big message is, if I can do it, you can do it. Yep. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special. I just said yes to my soul, yes to my life's purpose. I found my purpose that it's no matter what, it's more important than my fear. It's more important than what other people think of me. It's most important that I am walking, honoring that purpose.
Oh, I think that's very beautiful, and that is a gift that we have within ourselves. And, you know, which we were talking about, just, you know, how we can like set ourselves up for all this amazingness, right? And it's really about building that foundation, you know. So you have a gift for my guest here today. Yes, how to increase self-love.
Yes. So I have a free ebook. It's my most acclaimed ebook called The 3 Keys and 13 Tools to Self-Love. That's at 3keys2selflove.com. If the technology is not working, you can just go to 3keys2selflove.com. That will keep us connected. I also have my second ebook called Stop Yelling at Your Kids, which is all about
I love it.
All about funding yourself so that you're not irritated and yelling at them, because that's why we yell. Because we're pissed, excuse my language, but we're really mad because we think we have to do all this stuff that I'm telling you you don't. Yeah, if they're little, yes, you take care of them, you do all that, blah, 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 but no, That ebook will give you permission to take care of you so that you no longer have to yell at your kids. I also have, I love this, a 20-minute meditation that's so soothing. I listen to it myself.
Yeah.
So we just clear all your chakras. We connect you to your higher self and to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And then the fourth thing that's not, well, as soon as you go to that page, it's going to be a pop-up window for a free consultation, and that's a $300 value. So I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you and getting you booked so we can talk and I can find out who you are and what your blocks are, and how we can set free the deep, deep, deep beauty within you.
Yeah. And it's, I love it. I love it. I'm like over here getting so excited because my son one day was like, "You're yelling, Mom." And I'm like, "I'm not yelling." And it's like, whoa, I didn't even, you don't really realize. And then when they say something to you and it's like the truth, it hurts. Yes. And it's okay to realize that, but there is something you can do about it. You can take control back. You don't have to, take your hands off the wheel and say, "Jesus, take the wheel." You can put your hands back on, and you can drive yourself into bliss instead of into insanity, right?
And just so you don't think I'm holier than thou and I've never had problems, stop yelling at your kid ebook.
Yeah.
Comes from my own experience of yelling at my kid every day. And I finally figured it out. I actually hired a parent mentor to help me navigate the teen years. And he and I have a famous relationship now. We're very, very tight. So I pulled it off as a single mom. I was a clueless single mom. Okay, so I'm giving you my experience and what I've gone through for the last 22 years, helping women all over the world do the same thing to take care of themselves so that they're not yelling at your kids. And we're extremely close now, and he's 34, so 5 days.
And I love that, and that's exactly where I want to be at when my son doubles his age. He's 15 now, and so in his 30s, I want him picking up the phone and being like, "Hey, Mom, I just wanted to call and say I love you." And I was a single mom for a really long time, and even when you have a partner come in and you bring that trifold together, there is something you can ask for help. It's not a, we don't have to lone wolf everything ourselves. We can ask for help. Like I like how you admittedly said, I hired somebody, to help me because
I don't have any idea what to do now.
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah. And that's exactly why, I turn to you to have you speak the truth here, because it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to, even doing a consult with you will shed a lot of clarity and light on how you can even get past this phase and into the next phase and so on and so forth from there. So I just feel so honored that you have joined me today and expressed so much, fiercely, just the belief that we are allowed to have in ourselves. So I truly thank you for that. And make sure that you click the link below and get all these spectacular, Lorraine's ebook, she's a bestseller. For her to give us your ebooks, this is just a given of, we are women trying to help and empower other women.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got here because someone helped me. I forgot to mention that part. I became a counselor because I was in so much counseling. I should have mentioned that. That was part of what happened. I went through years of counseling and can't even count the years. So, and there was one particular person that was so, a particular hypnotherapist that helped me so much.
Yeah.
And, she just loved me and she saw who I was and she did not let go. And so that's what I turn around and I do for my clients. I see who they are. I have their back. I'm in your corner. I'm always there for you.
Yeah. And that's what we get to do. We get to stand for every woman, and regardless of if it's a fit for us or not, to help with, with coaching, we always have somebody else that we can refer you to, or, you know, we are here to help each other so we can bring out this beautiful world, make the changes happen in the world, and then have that, you know, manifest in our children. And once that manifests in our children, you know, this whole world can keep revolving in kindness with each other. So,
well, if I can reach 1 million women, they're going to reach, because if one woman changes, her whole household changes.
Exactly.
If that, you know, and then all of us together doing that, we will totally encompass the planet. And we will start just propagating this. Your kids will start feeling more confident and being self-love. And then friends are going to say, whoa, what happened to you? And then it's just, the healing is just going to keep propagating. It's going to be amazing, Chandra. It's going to be amazing. It's already happening. It's already happening.
It is. It's already happening. This is exactly what we get to be a part of. And so I'm so excited. I so appreciate you joining us today, and please click the link below and don't miss out. Share this with your friends. I know if you have a friend who is going through something hard, pick up the phone and call them and, you know, make a suggestion, pass along some of this information to them. And it's really good to make sure that we, you know, spread the love and keep the movement of kindness going to each other, because that's what one friend really told me, what she saw in me, and that was happening when I was having problems with my child. And she said, it's you. It's really you. And that hurt. And I was angry and resentful about it. And I sat on it for a while, and I really started to journal, and I started to realize what was really in me. And you know what? My story was not my son's story. So I had to let that go. And that was so profound and powerful. So, yeah. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us before we go? Are there any projects that you're working on so we can keep an eye out?
Yes, I have a phenomenal thing going on right now called Earth Angel School, where you get weekly calls with me and live coaching with me in a group setting of like-minded women. I have no mean girls in my community. I forbid any mean girls in my community. Anybody in my communities are 100% safe. And so I have that going on right now for only $97 a month. So yeah, that's at earthangelschool.net. earthangelschool.net, ANGEL. I invite you to join us. We're spiritually based women from all over the world. It's worth it.
Yeah, you have a very amazing community. And so I appreciate you so much for sharing with our guests today. And we just look forward to, I look forward to having some of my friends get back to me and give me feedback on the ebooks. I know that they've been really excited for this interview. So I appreciate,
awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much for taking the time. Yeah. Thanks so much, Lorraine.
Blessings on you and your summit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks everybody, and I hope you have a blessed day.
Mm-hmm.